Emerging Leaders Forum of Nigeria (ELFON) has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to suspend the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Godwin Akpabio and all those involved in the corruption allegation in the Niger Delta Development Commission. The non-profit organization also expressed its displeasure on plan to scuttle democracy in Nigeria and the fight against corruption campaign. The president of the forum, Honorable Gostime Chukwubuekem Samuel, made this call at a press conference today in Abuja. The Emerging Leader Forum of Nigeria called on President to apply the Public Service Rule and suspend Senator Akpabio to give room for an unhindered investigation by the National Assembly, as in the case of Magu. The group warned that any perception of politicization and bias in the investigation of the corruption allegation in the NDDC will undermine public trust in the process and ultimately the public interest and good government, as well as justice for the victim of corruption in the Niger Delta.
2020 expresses our displeasure on plans to scuttle democracy in Nigeria and the fight against corruption. That the constitutional action embarked on behalf of Nigerians by members of the National Assembly to probe the NDDC over Commission's alleged financial misappropriation of our collective wealth is a welcome development. Anyone against it has a skeleton in his cupboard and wants to divert public attention. We are fully in support of forensic auditing of the activities in NDDC. In the same vein, we encourage the National Assembly probe panel to continue with her probe measures in exposing corrupt practices in NDDC. We condemn every action that tends to intimidate members of the House Committee and the witness as invited to give evidence before it, having the case of Joy Nune being a very good example of what I just stated. How do Niger Deltans and Nigeria reconcile the reports that NDDC MD Professor Ponde was proud to say they used 10 billion naira to take care of themselves as palliatives? We are shocked at the nauseating courage of spending huge public funds without budget and approval, and had the effrontery to tell Nigerians that they spent it to take care of themselves. The scholarship funds traced to the account of one of the executive directors of NDDC should be returned immediately. We in Nigeria are saying those monies should be returned immediately. When did the so-called executive of the NDDC become the CBN? More painful is the fact that he also collected extra code for a journey he never made. Worried that a whopping sum of 86 million naira was also collected in pretense of attending seminars during COVID period, when we are all aware that no flight during the COVID period was in operation. One wonders if he is a witch and if he travels in the realm of the spirits during the COVID-19 period. Nigerians are no longer fools. We are not fools, and even if we were fools before, we are no longer fools. We are saying there should be intelligent justice if we are saying anti-corruption should be campaigned about. The same way Magu was suspended for the probe panel to investigate him, Akpabio should also be suspended for the probe panel of the National Assembly to do their job. On behalf of Nigerian youths, we commend the federal government for steps taken to open schools and to conduct WAEC in 2020 September, and urge them to shun the call of ASU to shut down schools. ASU will have called on the federal government to close down schools in 2021. This is so one of the most callous, one of the most unthinkable and unreasonable call I've ever heard of. We are saying the federal government should shun that because of theirs and go ahead with the opening of schools and allow Nigerian students sit for their WAEC examination.
The association condemned every action that tends to intimidate member of the House Committee and the witness as invited to give evidence before it. Having the case of Joy Nue made a very good example. The group also encouraged the National Assembly probe panel to continue with their probe mission in exposing corrupt practice in NDDC.